Grand Rising in the UK this morning. It is about 10 to 12, so it's nearly in the afternoon for me. And the date is Sunday the 13th of October 2024. So it's come about that yesterday my higher self kind of said to me, it's time for closure. And I kept thinking, closure on what? And people don't actually tell us that we are actually allowed to have closure on our past. Like closure off. And it isn't meant for anyone but myself and yourself that closure is okay to have. And to help me heal my closure, I just sat and laid back, hugged myself, and just said, yeah, it is time for closure on my past. I've done a lot of healing on myself. I don't particularly need to do any more. I'm fine where I am. I'm putting happiness and compassion back in because that's what is needed. And that is a great way how to get rid of depression and mental health. It's doing things that make you happy just by, on my other video of happiness. So this week, for a week, 7 days, I have been asking myself every day, what does my body want to do today that will make it happy? What do I myself want to do? And it's coming from my heart space, my heart chakra space, and not my organ space, because my organ is for an organ purpose. My heart space is my heart chakra space. And yeah, and down here it kept saying, this is what I want to do today. So instead of manifesting, why not ask yourself, what is going to make me happy today to do just one thing in one day? And yesterday for me, I did it a little bit yesterday, but not much, because I did have a client and I did get a bit busy, but I did have time, because that's what I asked myself yesterday, what will make me happy? And my body and myself just shouted out, closure. Closure will make me happy. Instead of going in the same patterns that I keep doing with myself, instead of keep overthinking all the time, it was like closure. You just need closure on your past. Like, instead of keep living the same way over and over again, you just need closure. And that is okay, and that you're okay now. You're not in that space that you was years ago. You're not in the space that you was yesterday. You're not in the space where you was a week or a month ago. You're in the now space. And now it's okay for you to say, it is time for closure, because I've been through a lot, I've done a lot. It's time for closure on everything. Closure on my mental health, my emotional health. It's time for closure on my physical health, because that's been in my mind space for $20 years. That's a long time. And that it's okay to have closure with my health space. It's okay to have closure with the sexual abuse. It's okay to have closure with the narcissistic people I've hung around with or I've been with. It's okay to have closure on my shit friends. It's okay to have closure of what happened in the past with parenting and parents and me being adopted. It's okay for me to have closure on that, because I'm not there anymore. So what I'm trying to say to you today is, it's okay for you to have closure from your past self. It is a closure thing. It's a stop thing. That I'm not there anymore. or being that person that I once used to be. And though the fear still comes up for me every now and again of me trying to aid my health, me eating healthy scares me because it's something that I've never done before or used to. And I just think, look, I just need closure from my past now, and closure from the society belief system that I used to have. It's okay to have closure on my past relationships and the past relationship that I've just had. Instead of keep repeating patterns and going in on just walking as my mind and my trauma, I'm not that being anymore. I'm this being of who I am now and living in the present moment. So it's okay that I don't want to manifest. It's okay that I'm choosing a different path to everybody else and being myself and choosing myself. And that it's that they don't work on themselves as much as I have or do. And that it's my path that I follow and not anybody else's path. They can't control me anymore. I don't really control me. I kind of have to control my health issues and the way I spend my money and what I do with my work and how I live a better lifestyle for myself, because my lifestyle has been unhealthy for such a long time that we get used to it. But I can have closure on that unhealthy patterns and unhealthy habits. I can have closure on the way I used to live because it was toxic, and I don't need to be there anymore because I'm not and never will be again. So I'm here to say to you today, have closure, let it go. And how I healed it was I just sat within myself, but I noticed that something wanted to come out for me to have closure, and it was nothing to do with my inner child. It was nothing to do with higher self or soul. It was to do with myself, me, who I am, and maybe my body just a little bit, but myself is my body. And I did cry for a little bit. It was a little bit emotional. I cried a little bit yesterday when I realised I had to have closure. And it's not really closing a door, it's just closure of saying, right, I've done. And I hugged myself in a compassionate way while I was discussing with myself what I want closure on, because I've done with the bollocks, I've done with the overthinking. I don't need to overthink. What am I overthinking for? That was programmed into me a long time ago, and that's not meant for me. It's not really meant for anybody. It's not really a real human experience. There's more truth in life than what people think there is. And some people don't get to live it or see it. And some people do and choose it, and I'm choosing it. I'm choosing to live it. I'm choosing to live healthy with myself because I have to, got to, want to. It's been on my path for such a long time for me to do it that I should have done it in my 20s and not my 40s. But that's okay that I didn't do it. It's closure, and I have closure now. I have closure from my past, and it's done, it's gone, it's no longer there anymore. And that's the way it should be or can be, because I can do this. I can have closure from my old self. I can have closure from myself. I can have closure from my past because it's come up for me wanting to. The other thing that I've realised that within letting go of closure is something that I'm going to be doing some sacred dancing towards. So sacred dancing is all about moving the body, closing your eyes, letting your body be free as it moves to nice music. It's like ecstatic dancing, but it's letting your emotions come out and letting your body be free to move, letting yourself be free to move, letting out the emotions you no longer need and let it come out your energy body too. And then you can always put in beautiful energy as you dance, happiness, joy and kindness and love and compassion back in. So you're not left in stagnant energy anymore.